Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today. Magi. Whoa. Obviously, the big thing here is what Judar states about what HAKURYUU did. About killing moms. Arba herself, Ren Gyokuen. And before I get to that, there are a few things that I do want to talk about in the chapter in of itself, obviously. In fact, I have maybe 6 or 5 key points. So this chapter review is going to be key point based. Alright, let's start with the first key point. First key point. Judar's arrival at the summit. Looking beastly. He has the same outfit, but he has a new staff. And in my personal opinion, he gives off a more imposing vibe. Aura. So I like the way Judar, because it looks like he has more confidence. Like just more... like, he knows he's the shit. I mean, he already knew back then, but now he knows, I am the shit. And it ties into the fact that he's attained more power. So, number one, Judar, and the way he looks. Again, the same outfit, but he has a new staff. I actually thought that initially, that orb in the middle of the staff, I thought that it was the crystallized version of all of the black root he took from the medium. But later on in the chapter, there's an image of that orb, I think, inside of Judar. So he took it in. But either way, that's the first thing right there. The second thing. When Judar touches down, a few things happen. Number one, he bypasses Sinbad. That's some disrespectful shit. Don't you dare ignore Mr. Barada. So he ignored Mr. Barada, and I'm pissed. So, bro, show some respect for the king, high king of the Seven Sea Alliance. I'm just saying. But he also talks about Yunnan, and apparently how Yunnan, he's getting weaker. Strange. I mean, Yunnan can manipulate, well, it's Magoi, but to he can manipulate atoms, pretty much, or whatever their world version of atoms are. Like these small, holding hand folk. Well, I don't know, it's weird. But the point here is Yunnan, over the course of, I don't know how many ages he's been alive, has been getting weaker. And this probably ties into the fact that his soul keeps on going to the Sacred Palace, and then he returns back to the world. So his soul is never returning to the Great White Flow. And it's probably taking a toll more so on his soul than anything else. That's my personal take. Because in essence, his soul is swapping bodies. And I've seen it before in other anime. I just can't remember which ones off the top of my head. But when that happens normally, almost like that Voldemort shit. Where, I'm going to separate my soul, but I'm going to do so, and then it makes my main soul weaker. But I have, the Horcruxes that house pieces of my soul. And in this case, I think more or less, it's different, but it's similar in the sense that because his soul has been going into different bodies over the course of time, his soul has been weakening. That's my personal take on that. So his overall influence of the Rook is weakening. So that's number 2. Number 3 is... I'm going to save number 3 for later. Because number 3 is the whole Ren Gyokuen thing. I want to talk about all that later. Number 4. Apparently, I don't know what he did, but apparently Cohen put some type of gimmick? I mean, that's what Judar calls it. He calls it a gimmick of some kind on HAKURYUU. To where what HAKURYUU did could not have been done if not for the fact that Judar had removed or dismantled such or said gimmick. It almost sounds like some Hunter x Hunter shit, like Killua, and then the needles on his forehead by his bro Illumi. Seriously. Cohen put some type of restriction on HAKURYUU, and then Judar was able to remove the restriction. That's the way it sounds. So I could be reading that wrong, but Or I could be interpreting it wrong, but that's the way it just perceives that's the way I perceive it. So I'm not too sure, but that's kind of weird because that would imply that because you know that Sinbad has something going on with Kyogoku where he's able to control her because of his Zephyr gem. But Azeroth, Phoenix, and the other one, they can't do that, can they? No, I don't think so. Phoenix, as far as I know, can just heal. So, and the other two, one could just tunnel out these giant, these giant tunnels in Earth, and just remove them, and just create volcanoes. And the other one just pure fire. So, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, maybe it was someone else that he was aware of. You know, maybe it was like one of Cohen's associates, something like that. I don't know. But that was fascinating, but weird. And then the next thing, number 5, is you have the soldiers run in there. And they're all freaking out because, well, the Co-Empire soldiers are freaking out massively. Because they just got word that Gyokuen died. She was murdered. And apparently HAKURYUU is leading an army to Balbad. I'm surprised because I don't think Alibaba even remotely mentioned that. I don't think he even said shit about it. He was just focusing on, oh, HAKURYUU and Rengyoku, and she was his mother, who was the leader of Alphaemon, and then they're remembering what he said before in the past, that kind of stuff. But he didn't, apparently it went over his head that HAKURYUU army Balbad. I think would be, like, I would have immediately left, summoned Amon, got the fuck out of there, and be like, yo, we're going to Balbad right now. We're sailing, sailing. We're going to fly over. We're Jin equipped to Balbad. Speed! So, that's what I would have done. But hey, that's just me. And is he going to destroy Balbad? I mean, I think that Balbad at some point is going to be like the cornerstone for Alibaba in the future of this series. If the author chooses to go that way. But I'm sitting and like, yo, Balbad's been getting, for the majority of the series, they've been getting fucked royally. Like every time something happens, Balbad just gets annihilated. They bend over and they take it in the ass really deep. For like 45 minutes straight raw, and you're like, oh, that's painful. No lube, nothing, no. And now they're going again, and I'm like, oh. Just stop. Why does Balbad continuously have to be the targets of just everybody? Just everyone wants to just Balbad, destroy Balbad. I'm like, oh my god, just calm down. It's one city-state. Big deal. And then, the last part, obviously. Judar showing off his new power. Whoa. Yikes. This dude got powerful. Very powerful. He had the black lightning going on. I'm like, man, I'm about to follow someone else with the lightning. Black lightning. And black power. Black power. But I'm sitting here, and I'm like, yo, Judar, son. That was pretty damn good. And he actually has the black eyeball on his forehead. So, the way I see it, that eyeball has always been synonymous with Ilah. So, that means that probably Judar has a direct link to Ilah. And it may be because of the fact that the portal is open, the space distortion, and it's going to be there for a few hundred years at least. But he has the power now. He has the power. I have the power! That's the way it is. And they're able to defend quite easily, but still, that's a shit. Like, when you saw it, you were like, shit, damn. So, let's go back to number 3. Rengyoku apparently being killed by HAKURYUU. So let me start there. Number 1. Does Hakuryu have the power to kill Ren Gyokuen? What? Like, that to me I found super fishy. So off the gate, I'm not trusting Judar's words for shit. Even though you have reports and they confirm it, they can be easily manipulated given the power of these people. Keep that in mind. So you can have Hakuryu, well not Hakuryu, but Hakuryu, Judar, Ren Gyokuen herself, if she so choose to, Althamen, if they so choose to, in general, they can easily manipulate the flow of information. So I doubt that this is true, because I did call it that at some point in the series, Hakuryu was gonna kill Ren Gyokuen and then become the main villain. But my assumption was this would be like a few chapters in, like maybe like let's say 50 or 70 chapters in, not the next chapter. That was not no, that threw me off. So I don't buy it. For now, I don't buy it. I still believe that Ren Gyokuen's probably alive somewhere, manipulating as usual. Or I should say Arba, whatever. However, they also clarify, or they also state that he came in there with an army. Hakuryu had boys and girls with him. And he was like, yo, forward, and then they marched, and they slaughtered like pigs in a feedlot. They just got murked. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, wait. What? Like, I'm so thrown off by this. And that's the reason why, for now, I just can't buy it. Where the hell did they get an army? I mean, granted, you could probably say that, well, he has all those spore monsters. Okay, fine, then how come they didn't say specifically Hakuryu came in there with an army of spore monsters, or an army of monsters, creatures, something like that? So we can get some clarification about that. Oh, well, it's not an army, it's just his Jin. Zagon, I think it's Zagon. Just being beasties all hell as usual. But an army of actual folk, people, human beings, flesh and blood like us, side with Hakuryu. Oh, these folks must be corrupt massively in Darkroot. But at the same time, like, see, here's my thing. If Eli does have, like, a consciousness or will of its own, Eli probably doesn't give a fuck about who brings it back. He just wants back. So his will go for Ren Gyokuen or Hakuryu. It doesn't matter to him. As long as he's back in business. As long as the shop that he had is still open. So my thing here is this. Obviously, there are a lot of questions to the supposed death of Ren Gyokuen. And plus, from a series standpoint, I think it would be a lot better for the story if you keep Ren Gyokuen alive for a period of time. And then kill her off. Have some character build-up for Ren Gyokuen. I mean, we've already had Arba's character build-up, but I'm talking more specifically Ren Gyokuen. Who she is today. We know how she was back in the heyday in Amatoran, for the most part. And obviously there was, the pacing became abysmal after that, and we couldn't really get a good idea of how the change of character of Ren Gyokuen, of Arba, how it truly affected her from a psychological standpoint. Now, we got somewhere, but we didn't get, like, full on, at least I believe. And over the course of time, she may have had some changes. I mean, considering the fact that she had kids and that kind of stuff. I mean, even though she did kill her father, her husband and a few of her kids, except for Hakuei and HAKURYUU. But the point here is that you kind of want to find out more about her in this world sense, not in the previous world sense. Let's keep it that simple. And when you kill her off screen, it doesn't give me any satisfaction in the character or in Gyoku. It just doesn't. So for now, I'm gonna say it's a load of horse manure until we get some actual visual clarification, either via flashback or we get real time. Oh, when Gyoku and we see her corpse, she's being buried by Althamian, so on and so forth, whatever. So that's it. I'm done. I will see you guys later. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day. And the chaptering overall, honestly, I think it's a great chapter. I mean, there's a lot of shock value, obviously, but I'm not buying it for now. So the chapter's going to be great. Have a nice one.